good.
Hey everyone! Happy April 21st. You know what that means. It's the anniversary of The Fog. Number 42 to be exact. Which is my age secretly. Just kidding. But anyway, I'm actually a huge fan of this movie. I'm a massive John Carpenter fan. I think this film is fantastic. But guess what? I've got a rookie. An apprentice, if you will. This is my friend Jordan.
I've never seen The Fog before. I've seen the remake.
He's seen the Tom Welling one because he has a massive crush on him.
He was cool in Smallville.
All you gotta know is, the man likes horror.
You have to look it up though, because I think it's different for different canons.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well,
it's in like the settings of the camera.
Kind of the opening monologue with the old guy, and then we get to the town, and then it kind of becomes so like the first bit when the sailors die or whatever, you got that really good scene. Like I said, the atmosphere in this movie is really good.
Yeah.
Like the small town setting where it kind of establishes that at the
It
beginning.
looked nice, and then it turns terrifying when the fog comes in.
Yeah, and they did an amazing job with that. So like I said, the 1 hour killing rule, they kill the ship guys or the fishermen, and then all of a sudden you think Tom Atkins is gonna die.
Yeah.
And then the clock strikes 1 o'clock, and so then you realize, oh, okay, the pirates are gone, and you have to kind of figure that one out, but if you're smart enough, you'd piece it together.
Yeah.
And then
It's
later
like
on...
witching hour rule.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Then later on, the other rule is that 6 must die because there were 6 original conspirators that conspired against the pirates, fucked them over,
Yeah.
and took their gold, which in turn becomes this big gold cross at the end of the movie, which is pretty nuts.
Just the big old cross. Got me.
So the scene with the fishermen, that was kind of cool, eh? When they established what
Yeah.
the pirates kind of were.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than a remake. In
Right.
a remake, they're literally just like, they're just see-through pirates.
And you know what's funny? We probably could do a second video because I've never seen the remake, so it would be a role reversal where you'd be the
Yeah.
one kind of taking the helm, and I'd be the one giving my kind of initial
Except
thoughts and
it'll be,
reactions.
why is this shit?
There's a running theme within these John Carpenter movies where he has a lot of the same actors. You know, Adrienne Barbeau, there's Tom Atkins, what's her face, Jamie Lee Curtis. We haven't talked about her yet. She's gorgeous. Nancy Loomis, different actors from Halloween. Escape from New York, all kinds. You know, John Carpenter, like that period of John Carpenter is like some of the best and some of my favorites. But what did you think about The Lighthouse too? The whole setting with the DJ too.
Oh,
Kind
yeah,
of being
that was good. Yeah, lighthouses just scare me in general. So, it's just you're in a tight spot.
Mhm.
There's no escaping if something comes in after you, other than going to the top of the lighthouse,
Mhm.
which is basically just death anyway. So,
And she almost kind of seemed like she was kind of like, almost kind of helping the plot. Like she was like the narrator
Yeah.
in a way. You know what I mean?
it's exposition without
Yeah.
it feeling like exposition.
Best part for me was when like nightfall hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, on the day of, and it's getting really dark, and there's like a very foreboding nature, and you're getting shots of the land, which again, like it's beautiful scenery. Like when it's the DJ's driving up
Yeah.
to the lighthouse.
I enjoy that they don't fully show the pirates
Mm-hmm.
form. Like in the remake, they just show them.
Right, and there's probably a lot more effects to them, right?
They're just CGI.
Exactly.
They just look like Ghostbuster ghosts.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, in this they look like some Cthulhu, like freaking deep water H.P. Lovecraft monster.
Right.
Going after your Bix.
I guess another big scene is with Andy the child, who's the DJ's kid.
Why is every horror child named Andy?
It's Andy or Billy, really, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's kind of the point where after the old chick gets it, Andy's in his room alone. He's kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
That was really cool when you see the fog kind of coming under his door. That was actually, like, what did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean the fog effects were all really good, especially creeping across the lakes and like
Mhm.
the plains and stuff.
What did you think of when it was kind of like seeping around the town and they were kind of like running from the fog, which is probably
Yeah,
my
so
favorite sequence.
Is it like lore wise? Is it like you can't go into the fog or you're just dead?
I'm guessing like if you just go into the fog, like if you keep going, it probably just consumes you, like where like you can't see, and then you eventually probably have to stop, and then
Okay.
the pirates just obviously
Because I was
get
wondering
you.
like what the logistics were, because I was like, can you just drive out of the town? Because I'm not sure why people aren't doing that.
Yeah, realistically, you could just go, but they're probably just like...
Although I guess it's just fog, isn't it? They're probably just like...
Yeah, and they probably are thinking they can wait it out, and, I mean...
It's just few and far between now.
Exactly. So, the big race, you got the old, the mayor, I guess, and her kind of assistant, Andy and the two leads. They're all racing against the fog. They meet up at the church. The priest is there, obviously. He's whacked out because his grandfather was one of the 6. So this dude thinks that he's going to die as well. He grabs the golden cross. He's freaking out. The fog's pretty much consuming the church while some of them are going after the lady, of course, over at the lighthouse, like we were saying. Obviously, the church was a big setup.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice little place to end the movie off.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, kind of
All
going
the
full
characters
circle.
converging.
Exactly, yeah, no, all the stories coming together. It felt like a Quentin Tarantino movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously, Father Malone gives him the cross. And that was crazy.
Okay.
No, but the ghost, remember?
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was pretty good, I thought. That came out of nowhere. That was like some good old 80s effects. That felt like an Aldo Nova rock video.
Yeah, yeah, I was very surprised by the ending, because most of those characters I'm pretty sure die in the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the main character, obviously the big twist, Father Malone, at the end does get it, which is kind of cool, because, it ties in with everything he was theorizing.
I'd give it... Because, 10 for me is a perfect movie. 9 is basically, cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it a 7.5 or an 8. It's just a great film.